culturellement parlant. J'appelle tout de suite Pamela Chier de Alibaba. If you please, yeah, you can come on stage. Je vous laisse la parole pour l'heure qui vient. This is your turn. It's okay.
Okay. Hi, welcome everyone. My name is Pamela. I'm the marketing director for Alipay Europe. Today I'm going to introduce you about how Alibaba have developed the technology that has changed people's lives in China. So in 1999, Jack Ma and 17 other founders established Alibaba.com in his small apartment in Hangzhou, China. He had the chance to visit the US and learn about the internet. When he typed in the keyword beers, he found the search result from many countries all over the world, and he was really surprised to see none of the search result was from China. And that has inspired him to create websites for Chinese companies to sell abroad. So he set up Alibaba.com with a mission to make it easy to do business anywhere. So wherever you are, as long as you want to sell a product anywhere, you can connect with people from everywhere. Jack Ma believes that by providing the internet and the right infrastructure, it would level the playing fields for the small businesses, and they would be empowered and enabled to sell both domestically and internationally. So Alibaba.com now is the largest B2B marketplace for buyers and suppliers to connect from around the world. In 2003, Taobao.com was established to serve Chinese consumers. With the less advanced retail infrastructure in China, Taobao soon became the go-to marketplace for a lot of Chinese shoppers. So I've always found that buying online is much easier than the offline experience in China. I've got an expat colleague who moved to China earlier this year. He wanted to make a pizza on his own and was looking for the pizza paste all over the places in the supermarkets nearby. He couldn't find any. So later on, when he showed me the really delicious looking of the margarita pizza he made, I asked him where did he find the pizza paste in the end. He told me it's on Tmall. I laughed and I thought, okay, I should have thought about it since I work for Alibaba. So Tmall evolved from Taobao in 2008 to help established brands to sell to Chinese consumers. And that includes both domestic Chinese brands and international brands. One of the most inspiring customers we have is Peter Verbrugge from the Washington state in the US. He sold tons of cherries directly to Chinese consumers last year on Tmall. So let's take a look at his story.
My name is Peter Verbrugge. I'm president of Sage Fruit Company, and I'm a cherry grower in the Pacific Northwest. During cherry harvest, it's a very long day. We get up at 5 o'clock in the morning at sunrise, go straight to the orchards where people are starting to harvest. My grandfather bought this place, this farm, originally in the 1930s. Now being the third generation, I've grown up and worked on this farm my whole life. Some of these trees, my grandfather planted them.
It makes me happy that I'm helping my dad with the business. I learned that it's hard work, but it's definitely worth it.
Everybody works hard as a team all year long. Not just my family grows these cherries, but we consider everybody that's out here a family. This is a very exciting industry. It's like going to Vegas every day. It could rain tomorrow and I'm done and lose $1 million. Or Mother Nature shines on us and we have a great product, we are always looking for opportunities. Last year when I heard about Tmall, it was exciting. We can get our cherries all the way into China and right to the consumer. So it's a 48 to 65 hours from off the tree all the way to the other side of the world. So the Chinese market is very important to us. There's emerging middle class in China and other parts of the world that are increasing demand for our products. And it's important to grow your business because if you don't, then you get passed.
It's cool to think of people all the way around the world eating the same cherries that I would be eating at home from my dad.
When I am working every day and I think about all the little things that I have to do and why am I doing that, it's because there's that person, there's that child on the other side of the world that's going to eat this piece of fruit and want it to be an exceptional eating experience. And so that's what makes it rewarding, is all that work pays off by making somebody happy on the other side of the world.
So, the creation of the Alibaba platforms was an example of how technology and e-commerce has changed people's lives in China. Likewise, Alipay was born in 2004 to address the trust issue between buyers and sellers on Taobao platform. So we provide an escrow service. That is, as a buyer on Taobao, when you make the payment, Alipay would hold the money until you've received the product and said, yes, I'm happy to release the payment to the seller. And now, when it was born, we didn't have any like Visa or MasterCard kind of network in China. So we had to go to each bank one by one to build the connection with them. Now, we are processing all the online payment transactions across Alibaba platforms. And we are highly trusted by our more than 400 million users in China. The biggest differentiation between Alipay and other payment service companies is that we really understand our customers. So for every Alipay user, they have the account to be set up. The user will have to send us their real identity for us to verify. And because they use Alipay to make the payment on Alibaba platforms, we know their real names, we know their delivery address, and we know how often they shop and how much they've spent. On a daily basis, we process more than 100 million transactions. That is 20 times as much as our main competitor you may have heard. And we are highly trusted by Chinese consumers aged between 25 and 40. That is because for the majority of them, the first time when they do online shopping, it was taking place on Taobao. And when they made their first time payment, that was made on Alipay. And the launch of the Alipay wallet, it's a mobile app, has brought Alipay from online to offline. And we pride ourselves on making small innovations to simplify people's lives. So I've got a personal story to share. Every time when I go back to China for a business trip, during the lunch hour, I would be asked so many times by my colleagues, why are you bringing the whole handbag with you? First of all, I really like my bag. But then I always had to explain to them, simply because I've got so many things to bring with me. So I've got a wallet, I've got a mobile phone for the UK number, and I've got another mobile phone for the China number. Also, I need to bring this badge so I can access the building. So it will be just much easier for me to bring the whole bag with me. I can see why they wonder though, because all they've got is just a mobile phone with them. So let's look at how Alipay is being used by Chinese consumers.
In China, there's a mobile commerce revolution taking place. Millions of people use their smartphones to make payments on everything. Alipay Wallet is China's most popular mobile payment app, and by some measures, the most used mobile payment app in the world. But what exactly is the Alipay Wallet app and how does it work? I'm Melanie Lee with AliZilla. I'm in Hangzhou, China, where I'll test the Alipay wallet app. I've left my real wallet at home, and to get around today, all I have is my smartphone. Let's go. I'm going to meet a girlfriend for lunch, so I'm going to use a nifty taxi hailing app that's integrated with Alipay wallet. We're here already, so I'm going to pay him using my Alipay wallet app. The Alipay wallet app is integrated with the taxi app, making it very convenient. We're done. My friend Teresa here is a typical Alipay wallet user. Teresa, why don't you tell us a bit about what you use Alipay wallet for?
I use it for everything in my life. I use it to pay for utility bills and credit card payments. I top up my mobile and I book my online travel tickets. And I even invest my money with it. It's really convenient.
So lunch is done, and I'm going to pay for the meal using Alipay wallet.
Thanks. Shall we split the lunch bill?
Sure, your share will be 60 yuan.
Let's use the Alipay wallet Go Dodge function.
Okay.
It's especially useful when you're eating with a bunch of people.
Wow, that's really cool. After lunch, of course it's time for some shopping. Alipay recently teamed up with in-time department stores in East China to allow for Alipay wallet to be accepted as a payment method. This means I can pretty much buy anything in this store without cash or credit card. All I need is my phone. The cool thing about this app is that you can pay using sound wave technology. It's fast, secure, and you don't even need to be connected to the internet to pay. It's pretty hard to believe, but thousands of vending machines in China accept Alipay wallet. This means with your Alipay wallet app and your smartphone, you'll never go thirsty. It's been 12 hours since I last touched my real wallet, and frankly, it's been a very positive experience. I can see why millions of people across China have taken to m-commerce, meaning that soon, big wallets like mine are gonna be a thing of the past.
And the latest innovation I would like to talk about from Alibaba Group is the Taobao Village. I watched a BBC program last week. It was telling about the biggest human migration in the world's history. So Ming and Xiaomei, they moved all the way from small village in Hainan Island to a city, Guangzhou, to work in the car parts factory. They actually own a rubber tree farm in the hometown, but they, just by selling the rubber, that wouldn't be able to support a family of 9 people, including 4 parents, themselves, and 3 kids. So they decided to move to the city and work as factory workers. They are earning roughly 500 euros per person, and that would just leave them enough money for them to send the money home for the kids to receive better education. And that is just one of the typical stories of the 300 million migrant workers who have moved from rural China to the city to work. So Taobao Village was set up to help the elderly who have stayed behind in the hometown to be able to order and receive from Taobao.com. With the help of the Taobao Village partners, now they have access to a much wider range of the product offerings. So instead of going to the corner shop to buy the fertilizers, now they can simply order on Taobao and directly from the sellers and get the best price and the quality. And who are these Taobao Village partners? They are usually young people who originally moved to the city to work and now have moved back to the hometown to serve the community and just to be closer to home and with their family. So Taobao Village is a place where people socialize, kids play, and even for the local farmers to sell their produce to the whole China without having to go to the intermediaries. So this is just the latest example that I would like to demonstrate to show how Alibaba have developed e-commerce technology that has changed people's lives in China. I'm going to hand over to Alice Zhang, who is the Business Development Director for Alipay. Thank you very much.
Bonjour, mesdames, messieurs. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very glad to be stand here today to give you a short presentation about the e-commerce market in China. When I say it is short presentation, because it's very hard, it's a mission impossible for me to explain to you, to describe how it is going on in such a big market in China at the moment. Well, when we talk about e-commerce, there is probably a giant player which we cannot ignore or miss in the world, which is the United States. And now comes China. But which one is the biggest market in the world at the moment? Actually, towards the end of 2012 and the beginning of 2013, China already surpassed the United States, becomes world's #1 in terms of the transaction volumes and e-commerce market. And actually, the gap is becoming bigger and bigger. How to deal with that market and how to grasp this chance? Thanks to my job, I had a lot of conversations with a lot of friends or European companies here. And I'm always questioned how to do the business outside of Europe. And I see, well, this is a chance. And actually, the best is yet to come. You see, in 2013, the global e-commerce market is about $100 billion. And at that time, China contributed about 30%. But when you look at 2018, actually, China will contribute more than 50%. And the China's market will be 500% bigger than it is now. And probably you already heard that 20% of luxury goods are already purchased by Chinese people. And China already surpassed Japan, become the world's #1 in the consumption of the luxury brands. And 62% of year-on-year increase for the cross-border online shopping. 12 million Chinese bought overseas goods online. It's only the data in 2012. And $33 billion spent by buying directly from the overseas websites. $102 billion spent by Chinese travelers in 2012. And actually, 70% of the consumers who is surveyed by the McKinsey search for luxury brands online at least once a month. There is a very special word for a popular phenomenon in China at the moment, which is called haitao. Hai means overseas. Tao means search for fortune. So in a word, it's kind of millions of Chinese consumers at the moment are searching for authentic and quality products from the direct merchants overseas. Thus, a lot of verticals or industry emerged after this, like third-party online agents, who is similar like Chinese residents, Chinese students who are starting or working here and buying for their loved ones. So, why they want to haitao? There are 3 main factors here, according to our survey. The first one, better price. Actually, it's a world becomes smaller and smaller, and the price is really very sensitive for Chinese consumers. And thanks to the internet, it's very transparent at the moment. So when I'm talking to a lot of enterprises here, especially the top brands, I'm saying that, well, it's not the time for us to do the localization strategy on price anymore. Because you see, thanks to the visa, it's easy to apply visa, and thanks to the internet, a lot of Chinese people come here to pick up goods at a better price. The second point is they cannot buy in China. Although actually we have the exact same brands in China at the moment, but sometimes we don't have the same collections. And the third one is about authentic products. Well, I don't want to go into detail here today. When we come to look at the number of the years of Chinese consumers who are spending times or have the experience for overseas buying, we can see that more than 80% of the people actually has only 1 year experience for online shopping from outside of China. So here is the opportunities for a lot of people here. The second part I want to talk about is about the new trend in China at the moment. It's not only for online, but offline with Alipay as well. As Pamela explained before, probably you know that Alipay is the biggest online payment platform in the world. But I'm not sure whether you know also Alipay is the biggest the mobile payment platform in the world as well. We have already occupied more than 80% of the market share in China. For online, we cover more than 80%. But nowadays, more than 50% of the transactions via Alipay is going through the mobile phone. We have more than 400 million active users who are using the Alipay app every day. And the peak transaction volume is about 200 million already. I'm not going to explain to you details about all these functionalities of Alipay wallet, but you can say that Alipay is not a payment solution only, but it's a lifestyle. You can go to the restaurant to use the Alipay. You can buy a movie ticket. You can go to the supermarket to use the Alipay. And you can also recharge your Alipay account or your mobile phone. You can pay your gas bills, electricity bills, and without queuing outside. And we just released an interesting functionality called close payment, which means once my girlfriend's Alipay wallet is combined with mine, I can pay for my girlfriend when she's shopping online. We are also the founder of O2O mobile payment in China at the moment. Here are some pictures. These are the pictures taken from the supermarkets in China. Why it is so crowded? Probably you already heard about Double 11 in China. It's a kind of online Boxing Day in China. Why is Double 11? Because 4 times 1 is very lonely. So actually, it's a single day in China. But thanks to Alibaba Group, we changed this single day into a crazy shopping day. Now we introduce another day in China, which is Double 12 for offline shopping. So on this day, every year, all the people go to supermarkets can get 50% off by using the Alipay wallet. And now we are creating another day called Alipay Day on 28th every month. So actually we release a new boom of mobile payment in China. Take a random day, for example, on June the 28th this year, we already achieved more than 15 million euro per day. And there were more than 1.3 million merchants already participated in this campaign. Here is a funny story about KFC. I know that the French people here maybe is not very fond of KFC because French cuisine is very well known in the world. But I should say the Uncle Sam is very good at marketing in China at the moment. So actually after the entry into the China market by KFC, they haven't been cooperating with any POS machines in the past 28 years. But this year, they decided to work with Alipay in the offline payment methods and in all the stores in China. And after only one month, they already achieved 300,000 transactions per day. And after launch for KFC during the first 3 weeks, they achieved more than 15 million transactions, which is very surprising. The same phenomenon happens overseas as well. I think most of you are very familiar about this picture. This is taken at the airport of Japan. So here as well, in Paris, here like Lafayette or Printemps or Chanel, etc., a lot of Chinese people are queuing outside to buy these luxury brands. And everybody's actually taking with a very precise list from their relatives and their friends. According to the data, in the first 6 months of this year, the shopping spending increase in EU already surpassed 75%. And the average spending per person is about 1,000 euro. It's about 7% increase when compared with last year. And according to the French government, it is estimated that there are more than 2 million Chinese tourists in France this year. And in the first 6 months this year, already more than 50% increase in Paris here. So, how to meet this ever-growing need from this China big market. Here is a very good business model that we are working with a lot of partners at the moment in Asia Pacific. For example, we cooperate with Sasa.com. It's a cosmetic store in Hong Kong. So thanks to our positioning system in our Alipay wallet, when our users come to Hong Kong, they will receive a message immediately saying that, okay, welcome to Hong Kong, and get your Sasa Alipay exclusive coupon. So just let the users come to you. And we do a lot of promotions in Hong Kong as well, like in the airport, in the street, and by taxis. A very successful story with Hong Kong Sasa. On the first day when we launched, we already achieved more than 1.5 million RMB, which is several hundred times more than usual in terms of transaction volume. These pictures is in midnight in Hong Kong. All the shelves are already empty, but people are still crowded to want to buy a lot of things through the Alipay wallet. So we are just expecting maybe an Alipay day overseas very soon. Bienvenue en Chine. Welcome to the new era. Thank you. Sorry, we cannot do the Q&A today because of the internal policies. But everyone, if you have any questions, you can come to us for a person-to-person discussion. Thank you.
Voilà, ça s'est arrêté très rapidement, merci beaucoup. J'ai été surpris moi-même. Ce qu'elle vous propose pour des questions, des compléments, c'est de venir les voir en direct. Voilà, vous répondre en tête-à-tête. Il nous reste du temps, elles vont rester ici ou là. Vous pouvez venir les rencontrer, discuter, échanger des cartes de visite pour un rendez-vous un peu plus tard. Il nous reste un peu de temps, du coup, pour préparer la prochaine conférence où nous allons accueillir Twitter. Bon salon à vous.